From why guns are superior to the secret bonus tip. Here are 23 fatal Blox Fruit mistakes you might do, and some of these will definitely shock you. Not farming Haki. In the early stages, farming Haki is crucial, since it deals damage on elemental users. But listen, the most effective method for farming Haki involved going to the upper sky island with an elemental fruit, such as magma and a low mastery weapon with no levels. Now you will need to gather all 5 enemies here and just stand AFK, while you will gain 1 XP each time you hit an NPC. You can use an auto clicker for that. Furthermore, a total of 60,000 XP is required to get full body Haki, which is the last stage of the Haki transformation. And now, shifting our focus to a really crucial NPC mistake. You want to make sure that you're not doing this. It's very bad to avoid using any codes, because you might miss the double experience and other incredible things. In fact, if you use double XP, it's important to only focus on grinding, but however, using all codes at the start is not recommended. Instead, you will be stuck at a grinding level. Turning our attention to this mistake. It sounds small, just like your PP, but it's not to be underestimated. It's to always follow the compass. As some islands don't have many NPCs, or they are too far apart from the quest giver, but that can really slow down your progress. For example, it's better to skip the snowmans and just keep farming the snow bandits in a frozen village. One common mistake that players often make is not farming accessories to improve their stats. The cool shades obtained by defeating the cyborg in C1 are an example, guys. Equipping these shades provides a significant boost of 7.5% damage, as well as increased health, energy and movement speed. Overlooking the importance of farming accessories can result in missing out on being a noob. I mean better in the game. Now let's shift to gear 5 and talk about a mistake that I see a lot of people doing, and it's to avoid using any grinding fruits. Elemental fruits such as light, fire, ice or magma are very useful in the early game. They allow you to kill someone faster than Yamcha dying, but reduce the damage you take from NPCs due to level differences. In the second C, you can still use light or fire, but it's more effective to use magma or Buddha fruits and awaken them. Prepare yourself for the next mistake. It can be quite costly, and it's trading without a list or not consulting with people in a Discord server to make absolutely sure the trade is good. For example, there are really guys who trade a dough fruit for Blizzard and Buddha, which is totally small brain because a dough fruit is worth around a venom and a spirit fruit. To avoid this, here's a recommending trading list you can use. With that in mind, let's move on to something that's really simple and I don't see enough people doing. I'm obviously talking about eating a high mastery fruit, such as dragon fruit at a low level. Without attacks, you won't be able to do any damage, which is as bad as liking Big Man pork. Just a joke, bro. Just kidding, bro. Therefore, store a mythical fruit the moment you receive one. Without wasting any time, let's explore the mistake failing to time actions with the full moon in the game. For example, it's important for the race V4 upgrade, although you need 3 people, each with a different race. Additionally, there is the Mirage Island, where an advanced Blox Fruit dealer is located. The dealer restocks every 2 hours and has a higher chance having better devil fruits. Moving along, let's now consider a really simple mistake, and it's pretty easy to avoid. Don't eat rare fruits in the early game, like C1 and C2. It's much better to store them for later. Moreover, fruits like dragon, leopard, leopard, doe, and so on are more intended for PvP, but are not as good for grinding. Speaking of not good, focusing stat upgrades on specific categories instead of evenly distributing them is well. In other words, if you are fruit main, you should focus on Blox Fruits, defense and melee upgrades, rather than putting all of your upgrades into fruit or defense alone. This one is really simple, but if you end up avoiding this, it could save you a lot of time. You should skip unnecessary PvP combat, as it doesn't help with leveling up. You should only begin bounty hunting when you have reached the maximum level and have acquired most melee styles like Godhuman, or if you just want to annoy new players. Otherwise, you will end up like Zoro against Mihawk. In the early stages of the game, PvP is of no use, but you can still engage in combat in the Colosseum against your friends or other players if you are bored. Bored is a good keyword for the next mistake, and it's accidentally eating a different fruit and losing the desired one. You may think this is an NPC mistake, and you are right, but I have many friends who accidentally ate a random fruit while trying to store or drop them. Okay, actually, I did the same mistake cause I thought I could be Blackbeard and wasted my precious pot fruit for boring ass magma fruit. It was actually a good cause I could earn money. In addition to that, let's also address to not overlook the opportunity to use the ability or instinct teacher NPC for getting crucial abilities that will help with your progression. Make absolutely sure to purchase the air jump, flash stab, hockey and instinct abilities. You can find the ability teacher at the frozen village in C1 and the instinct teacher can be found in the upper skylands. This one here is tremendous and it's not using the Blox Fruits wiki. This life hack provides a wealth of information including leveling guides for efficient progression, details about weapons, accessories, events, new codes and much more. Additionally, it keeps track of the Blox Fruit stock, so it's advisable to visit the wiki every 4 hours to check if your desired fruit is available. Sadly enough, I'm still checking every 4 hours if Leopard is in stock, but it isn't. But hey, never give up, never back down. My ass, bro! As we approach the midpoint of our video, let's now address a really stupid mistake that you might make, and it's in the Percy. A huge mistake is failing to check your surroundings before purchasing fruits. While it may seem like an obvious error, it's worth mentioning because there are certain people like Silverbox who deliberately camp and target bacon head players like he showed in his video. I love Silverbox for that though. Moving on, it's important to note that like in One Piece, not all mythic fruits are the best. While I previously mentioned that grinding fruits are highly recommended, you can still pick devil fruits that are fun or are suited for PvP encounters. But seriously, some of the mythic fruits, such as gravity, are just ass. Sure, if you can use it skillfully and execute impressive combos, it can be decent, but there are many alternatives that are even more powerful and come at a lower cost. The best example for that is Buddha. It has the best combo in the entire game and funny enough, it's just one button. Left click. With that in view, let's now move towards the next big mistake, and it's not to upgrade your race, which is very important, especially due to race 3-4. Take, for instance, Human V2, which grants you an increase of movement speed, an additional instinct dodge, a longer dash distance, and doubles the range of your flash stab. You can upgrade your race to V2 by completing the Alchemist quest, and for V3, you will need to complete a race-specific quest. This is a mistake that 87% players do make, and it's still something that you have to make sure that you don't do. It's crucial to select a specific playstyle and avoid from buying unnecessary stupid items. By that I mean, if you possess a magma fruit, it's good to optimize your playstyle around that. Instead of investing in swords or guns, focus on fighting styles that complement your abilities. By doing so, you can make the most efficient use of your resources and avoid burning your berries. Nami is watching you. For real guys. She's also watching you if you choose to be a dedicated gun main. It's strongly advised against. Being solely reliant on guns as your primary playstyle is not only as boring as playing Genshin Impact, even though I play it myself, but also takes too much grinding time. Next up is not to forget about taking quests while grinding. So important for a couple of reasons. Firstly, quests offer additional monetary rewards, allowing you to earn more money. Secondly, they give increased XP, helping you level up faster. Therefore, whenever you complete a quest, remember to accept a new one to maximize your progress. Speaking of quests, it's crucial to concentrate on your fighting styles early on. If your goal is to achieve God Human status, aim to reach mastery level 400 in every fighting style. Start this early in the game, such as during the sea when you have Buddha. By doing so, you can make your gameplay experience much more enjoyable. I personally made the mistake of grinding for God Human at the maximum level, and it felt boring because I didn't feel like I was making any progress, and I went crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in there. Okay, I stopped. An effective method to farm mastery is by defeating bosses. These bosses respawn every 20 minutes, so make sure to pick up the quest beforehand and kill these mid-ass academia fans. Before we go into the final mistake, let's mention something important. If you plan to spend Robux on this game, consider buying Smurfcat, game passes. But choose wisely and prioritize getting the double money and double mastery game passes. These two will make the grinding process so much easier and it's smoother. On the other hand, I strongly advise against purchasing the Fruit Notifier or Darkblade passes. Trust me, they are not worth it and are just ass and scam. After this last mistake, that is actually a pretty simple one, I have two bonus tips. Playing alone can lead to boredom and quitting, so that is why you should start your journey in Blox Fruits with your friends. I was lucky enough that my friends Yeah, I have friends, wanted to play this game. So we continued till we were max. It was a fun journey. Just not against my friend who uses the light fruit. Seriously, fuck light fruit. Trust me, and speaking of trust me, I mentioned earlier that there is gonna be a secret bonus tip. And this tip is truly life-changing. I mean it. The heck is that you have to check out this video here where I will show you the biggest Blox Fruit myths. Please fruit.